Hey everyone, Kaihatsu here, in the flesh for a change. In fact, I think it's only the second time I'm actually filming myself live after the first episode of Nostalgia Trip, I think. So, why is my friend the Purple Blob not here and you're seeing me instead? Well, today marks the 3rd anniversary of Culture Bits. Why does I only film myself when I'm commemorating something in the past? I don't know. Anyways, that's right. 3 years ago today, I uploaded the very first episode of Culture Bits. And look how far we've come with the series. Since that first episode, we've gone on to explore a whole range of different topics and examine a whole different range of cultures as well. And more recently, Culture Bits has become the most watched series on my channel, with the Angry Sun video of course being my most watched. So, I just wanted to come on the screen and say thanks to you all for sticking around for Culture Bits for 3 years, and of course for watching all the other videos I make as well. Anyways, to commemorate this anniversary, I thought it was about time to remake the very first episode of Culture Bits, considering that my style has changed considerably throughout the years, with the quality having improved a lot.
From using a fuzzy headphone microphone to record in one take along with lots of jerky animation happening alongside it,
to my current style, which is way better. But enough about the channel. Let's get right to the point of this video. Is the Triforce from The Legend of Zelda a work of pure evil? Well, not quite, but while the most likely source of its design is Japanese, there's also another somewhat more mysterious angle that we can explore. So the generally accepted theory about the origins of the Triforce as we know it in the Legend of Zelda series is that it is taken from the emblem of the Hojo clan of Japan, which they used during the 13th to 14th century. It has connections to the 3 sacred regalia of Japan. The 3 sacred regalia are 3 sacred treasures handed down from the gods that each represent a virtue that corresponds to each part of the Triforce, but that's a story for another time. We're here to talk about the occult connections that the Triforce has. The Triforce as a symbol is quite ubiquitous. Presently it's used for many different things, including serving as part of the logo of various organizations, and on some level you could almost say that its worldwide prevalence was in a way almost, but not quite, on the level of another symbol known worldwide before it was co-opted by a group with odious and irredentist intentions. Like many such ancient symbols, the Triforce outside of Asia can be traced to numerous sources, but today we are looking at its inclusion in a book called the Key of Solomon. This book is a text concerning Kabbalah, which is an esoteric Judaic method, discipline, and school of thought. Also, fun fact, this is where we get the word Kabbal from in English. Anyways, Kabbalah, which in Hebrew means reception or tradition, is a set of esoteric teachings meant to explain the relationship between God, the unchanging, eternal, and mysterious Ein Sof, the infinite, and the mortal and finite universe, which is God's creation. It forms the foundation of mystical religious interpretations within Judaism. This of course makes it a type of religious mysticism, as opposed to religious legalism, which is about setting strict moral codes above the gospel, which today is what many religions, especially Abrahamic ones, lean towards. So, Key of Solomon. What is it about? Well, it's a Kabbalistic text supposedly written by King Solomon himself regarding a whole group of different pentacles, complex magic sigils believed to have different properties if forged correctly under the right conditions. This book also lists a bunch of other rituals which, among other things, give instructions on how to make yourself invisible and how to summon various entities and demons. Going back to the pentacles though, all of them are divided into what planet or celestial body they are aligned with. The one we are interested in though is the 4th pentacle of Mars. Now immediately you should be able to see what it is we are concerned with. This pentacle has a Triforce symbol right in the middle of it. Now obviously this alone isn't enough to make me think that there is some kind of relation between this symbol and the Triforce, but the pentacle's description does more to tie it to the games and the way the Triforce works in The Legend of Zelda.
It is of great value for exciting war, wrath, discord, and hostility. Also for resisting enemies and striking terror into rebellious spirits. The names of God the All-Powerful are therein expressly marked.
To me, the first part of that text makes me think of the Triforce of Courage and Power. But in addition to this, the planetary association with Mars that this pentacle holds may also link it to The Legend of Zelda. An illustrated guide to traditional symbols by J.C. Cooper, a very useful book by the way, contains information about the myriad of associations that various things hold in cultures all around the world. In it, the planet Mars is described as having the following cultural symbolism. An armed man, sometimes mounted on a horse, usually carries a banner or lance, or sometimes a sword or whip, represents the positive, active, and masculine, the passions, the passional, and courageous. Sounds a lot like Link, doesn't it? But really, even though this stuff does kind of line up, I am still more inclined to believe that the Japanese version of the symbol is the real origin of the Triforce. Though, as someone who has studied Kabbalah and Solomonic magic for quite a while, every time I see this pentacle, it makes me think of The Legend of Zelda whether I like it or not. And anyways, the seal in question is more for preparing and winning battles rather than aiding within battle in any way. These seals aren't inherently evil either. They don't discriminate between who is using it or for what reason they're using it. The reason people label such pentacles as evil is because of organized religion and, well, the establishment doesn't like occultism as it revolves around the transmission of occult or hidden knowledge. And of course you get the usual crazies who think you're dealing with the devil or something. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. With 3 years of Culture Bits behind me, I hope to continue this series and make it even better. So don't forget to like the video.